I believe it was, I started the last video at about 2:25 in the afternoon. It's 4:05 right now. It was a 9-minute, I think 9 minutes and 50-second video. And it says it's got 25 minutes remaining. Now on this phone, it says I only got 2 bars. It's a 4G phone. That's what it says, right? And but I was listening. I listened to those that are familiar with the KS, Keylontic Science, right? The Yanni, the Codex. You know, even in this book. And the other one that I have called The Alchemist, and I brought it up in other videos that I did, the one here, The Immortals, The Magicians, talk about how the ancient sacred text, the most, how would you put it? Well, you know how information can become a commodity, particularly when you're an inverter and you're gaining mass and losing speed versus losing mass and gaining speed. So if I was going to have the treasure chest of all treasure chests, right? And you understand when it comes to technology, biotechnology, right? Building star systems, building matrix tables, right? Building gyrodome technology, et cetera, et cetera. What do you think would be the most valuable information to get your hands on? The codes, the codex, the ancient codex, right? Because now that you got the mathematical encryption code, right? So this is where you get into the invisible landscape and what's known as information wars, which are codec wars, which are DNA wars, which are biotechnology wars, which are antenna wars, which are timeline wars, which are energy wars, which are electrical wars between units of consciousness that have been seeded. Remember, the seed and the grower. When the seed and grower become one, we are equal unto all creation, gifting eternal, absolute, pure love. That's pretty simple. Right, so we're back to the codex, because I was listening to a video on RK Seeker of Truth channel of a conversation between Michael Dean, who was married to Ashiana Dion, who put up a whole boatload of videos about the Keylontic science, that both Michael Dean and Ashiana Dean were together over many years, I guess beginning in the 1990s until I guess some divorce proceedings took place after, I guess, 2012, 2013, right around in there. And he was talking to Dr. Jerry, Jere, Rivera, Rivera, Dugino. And he was I believe he's got a PhD, and was at the University of Hawaii. He's also been in Reno. I listened to a presentation that he gave at FBSIG, which is the Free Energy Special Interest Group, talking about a massive black hole and the gates and stuff like that. So Dr. Jerry was having a conversation with Michael Dean, and I was listening to pretty much the last part of it. And the next thing you know is you hear all this information coming out about Ashiana. Wow. A lot of negative stuff. It's ugly when you measure it between, you know, experiencing eternal, pure, absolute love, and then you're experiencing what happened to that relationship and how it relates to what? Information. The codes, the mathematical codes, the mathematical language translation, translating DNA, translating consciousness, translating the consciousness directed energy, the consciousness that is running the vehicle, the codes, the mathematical codes, the instruction sets, the alchemy, the atmospherics, right? The atomic matter, the matter body. What it means to be running matter and then not experiencing any matter. Oh, I'm not experiencing anything in a physical form yet. I'm a light spirit body form, in oversoul form. That kind of stuff. And so And so this is the nature of the battle, an AI battlefield environment, because it's the invisible landscape. You know, when you get into like when I've talked about when I was a child, right? Trust no one, absolutely no one, right? And that deals with what? No one. Know the one. First encryption code. I'm experiencing pure absolute love through my heart and my soul. Shield up. So this is where you rely on navigating your consciousness through an energy harvesting system to break the cycle, which is to break the programs, which is to break the reality programs. This means to break the cycle of energy harvesting off of every life form in spirit form that is a living spirit running natural light. That means targets. It's called a target-rich environment. So they scan the accretion levels, right? And I covered this a lot before on who gets targeted. That's a level A target. That's a level B target. That's a level C target. We don't need to spend as much energy going after that one, right? So you can see by virtue of who becomes a target and the value of that target, all you got to do is look at a movie called Minority Report, Hobbs and Shaw, Terminators, Rise of the Machine, right? And The Last Dance. So what it's called coming to a head. You know what coming to a head is, right? The bull's horns come into the head, right? Midgard. And the speed at which we clean ourselves up. Getting rid of all the dark essence. The dark energies. Remember? Shadow bodies. How many shadow bodies you got hanging around you? Right? How much dark energy, technologies are being waged against us. Right? Suck us right down into a hole. Right? It's like a shark tank. Feeding frenzy. Indiscriminate targets. Doesn't matter what you look like. Secretion levels that you're running. Oh man, that's a big target right there. Right? That's called navigating a universe. That's called navigating a matrix table. Your consciousness that is running the vehicle is mapping the field. Mapping the field of operators. The consciousness that is operating the vehicles. The planetary consciousness train. The galactic consciousness train. The universe consciousness train. The matrix table. The water chart. The conversion tables. The mathematical conversion tables. The alchemy. Maintaining perfect balance. An equilibrium state. With every line of communication. So we're always home. We're always at home. That's right. So anyway, you all have a beautiful day because things seem to be speeding up. Unsa. Ah, yeah.